What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your 28th AngularJS tutorial. This is Mehul, and in this tutorial we'll be looking at ngShow directive in AngularJS. Now ngShow directive basically creates a kind of if-else kind of thing in your HTML only, which allows you to set conditions when to show something and when not to, and obviously that would be governed by JavaScript and basically by the scope of your program. So let's create a simple application to demonstrate what I'm trying to say. So let's say you have some messages and you want to toggle those messages to one message to another with the help of a button. So what we can do is either we can in our JavaScript set an array of message and then we can toggle it with the help of array, or we can even set those messages inside the HTML only and then toggle those. Now this thing can be useful to those guys who are looking for, like, I don't know, in search engine optimization. What Google does is it crawls your whole site and it looks for content. So if you're using JavaScript, then probably it will miss out what you have on your website. So let's say you have like your h1 tag here and a big heading here, which is used for optimizing your website for better SEO, sorry. And with the help of AngularJS, you can even use JavaScript to do that job by hooking up the content in the scope, but you would like to do that in HTML only so that Googlebot can fetch it easily. Anyways, let's get started. So let's create a simple app, and let's first of all just create a button which will say toggle message. So down here what I'll do is I'll create a div ID of message, and what I'll do is ngShow. Now ngShow will accept a condition as the value of this attribute, and what you have to write here is your variable name which you will be registering inside your JavaScript. So for example, let's say message1 is true, or let's just say show. Then what I want to do is I want to write this is my message1, and otherwise I should probably change this to class because I guess I need to use it twice in my code. So I'll change this to ngShow message2 is equal to show. Okay, or I guess maybe we could change it to like show is message1 and show is message2. So whoops, okay, so this kind of looks more meaningful now. So yep, okay, so now let's just go to our script. Let's just create and what's the name of a module? It is main app. So app dot controller, or let's just say this is apex dot controller app. Okay, now what I want to do is right here I am gonna set a variable show inside the scope. So don't forget to pass on the scope, and what I'll do is I'll say scope dot show equals message1, which is right here, and I'll just give this button a click event. So scope dot toggle, what it's gonna do is it's gonna change the scope dot show, and I'm just gonna explain what I'm doing here. Okay, so I really expect that you guys know what this is, but if you don't, then I guess you should watch my JavaScript tutorials. I have explained that and a lot of other stuff in JavaScript there. Well, this is a shorthand for if-else statements, and this is called I don't know, it's like something called shorthand for that. I just forgot this official name, but yeah, it is a shorthand for if-else when you have just like a single assignment or whatever operation you want to do. So what happens is scope.show is basically getting a value based on this condition. Now if you look carefully, then this condition right here and this condition right here looks kinda similar, but obviously this is a condition which governs whether to display this div or not. So scope.show gets the value governed on this condition. So if scope.show is message1 right now, then assign this value message2, otherwise assign this value message1. So that's how this application actually works, and let me see if everything looks good. Yeah, okay, so let's just test it out in the browser. So here it is, and let's just reload that. Okay, so we get both of these messages, and we have some errors in the code. Oh yeah, of course. And now I guess this should be good to go. Let's just reload. Yep. So when I'll click this toggle message, you see this message toggles continuously. So what happens behind the scenes is Angular is basically checking. Okay, let's just shrink that a little bit. So Angular is basically checking here if show, which is the variable available to this controller, this scope of this controller, is message1, then show this message1. Otherwise, if it is message2, then show this. And you could similarly set other conditions as well, and obviously then you could make it more advanced by making use of classes and styling things. But in this tutorial I just showed you basics, how you can use ngShow directive to you know, just toggle from one content to another, or even display some customized content based on the conditions set in the HTML itself. So that's all for this tutorial, and if you liked, then don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.